After 28 years, we are finally getting the release of Indian's sequel, Indian 2, one of the most anticipated films of the year. And I feel it's the right time to speak about the classic Indian. Hey everyone, this is Kumaran speaking. Welcome back with another video. Social issue-based films aren't something new in Tamil cinema. Ever since the Parashakti days, this genre added much value to cinema by turning it into a very social awareness weapon. Many filmmakers like K. Balachandar, Bharat Raja, Balu Mahindra and Visu told stories that present a very profound social issue that affected and still affects our society. K. Balachandar revolutionized Tamil cinema with empowering stories of struggling women. Bharat Raja has made thought-provoking movies that broke the norms of Tamil cinema. Balu Mahindra ventured with art films that dive deep into real stories. Visu told stories revolving around family issues. Social issue-based films garnered much attention among the audience because they awakened them to the underlying issues that are present within the society that they are living in. While these directors were shaping social issue-based films, parallelly, Purachi Thalaivar MGR started the trend of vigilante action films where the protagonist, who can also be termed a superhero, has to fight against injustice. Many big stars follow this pattern, including Rajinikanth, Kamal Haasan and Vijayakanth. During the 80s, director S.A. Chandrasekhar was known for making films in this template to straightly point out corruption in India while highlighting the importance of law and order. S.A. Chandrasekhar's assistant director and one of the biggest directors in India, director Shankar, has tackled the genre to the point where it became his brand. He started that with his first film Gentleman, which touched on the corruption in the education system in India with a perfect blend of Robin Hood-esque vigilantism. While that film was a stepping stone, it was Indian that led to the emergence of dozens and dozens of vigilante films that were blended with a strong social message. It significantly pushed the genre to the point where it became popularly explored by many mainstream filmmakers, and many big stars use these types of movies to propel to superstardom, and some even used it for their future political entry. Rajinikanth did Shivaji the Boss, Vijayakanth did Ramana, Ajit did Citizen, Vikram did Samurai and Onion, Vijay did Marcel, and most importantly Shah Rukh Khan did Jawan. While many vigilante films came in Tamil cinema, it was Indian that pioneered this genre back in 1996. It is still relevant and presents a very shocking side of the country. As a craft itself, Indian is ingeniously done by director Shankar and team, but what makes this film such a classic is the way the film explores the social issue and the dark reality of the country. Corruption is among the most important issues in the world. In India, it remains a major problem that is still a big challenge to bring a control. In the film itself, Shankar presents that with this brilliant scene.
நீ ஒருத்த வாங்குறதுனால உனக்கு கீழ இருக்கிற அத்தனை பேரும் வாங்க. இப்படித்தான் பொதுப்பணித்துறை, போக்குவரத்து துறை, நிதி, மின்சாரம், உணவு, சுகாதாரம், கல்வி, காவல், தொழில் எல்லா துறையிலையும் வாங்கி நாட்டை வளர விடாம கெடுத்து கூட்டிட்டவராக இருக்கீங்க.
Indian is a very big benchmark to meet since the film covered everything that needed to be told within the 3-hour duration. The recently released trailer of Indian 2 has garnered mixed reception among the audience, a lot of backlashes, especially for the way that the film is tonally different from the predecessor. Senapathi's character looks totally different from what we saw in Indian 1. It feels that it's a different take on the character, and based on the trailer it seems definitely a bit disappointing. One of the major reasons why Indian worked brilliantly is the emotional connection. The film stayed to a level where the audience was able to feel the emotions that the characters were going through. The impact of this film was resounding because the Senapathi character's backstory made us feel for him and his code. Indian 2's hype is definitely in a range where a set of the audience are eagerly waiting to watch a Shankar film after a very long gap, and another set of the audience who are actually really excited to see Kamal Haasan back into the shoes of the legendary Senapathi character. So far, sequels haven't been really successful in Tamil cinema, which we will cover that in a later video. When it comes to vigilante films, nowadays the audience seems to experience a very certain fatigue of seeing the same kind of plots and social messages, which is why some social issue based movies couldn't succeed. Let's see what Indian 2 has in store for us. Come back Indian.
Come back India,onna marumura orumura paakkanume oore. Come back India, ini varugura thalamura kekkanumo pere.